So Arsenal 3, Southampton 0. That was the longest 90 minutes I think I've ever endured, mate. It was so slow and boring at times, but towards the end of the game, it really opened up, and I'm surprised we didn't get many more. We hit the post a couple of times. Southampton, story of their season: get on top, don't score, and then get taken apart. What did you make of that, Kenny? I hope you're dry, because it was hammering down as well, wasn't it?
I've got me super dry. Get it, super dry jacket on. So, and I've got me fingerless gloves anyway. Fingerprints all over the place. But as I said before, Southampton, the first 15 minutes, I was talking to a guy called Jason, who's a massive fan of both of us. Jason from Milford, I know you'll be watching this. And one of the things I said, Southampton on top, if you don't score the first goal against us, then what you're going to do is that you're going to leave yourselves open. We're going to score we did a fantastic move by Saka and Lacazette puts the ball in the net. So what's happened is that we evolved into the game because we had to work hard to quell the Southampton attacks. You know, there are loads of shots and goal. You know, Ramsdale again, you know, I'm sure when we do player ratings, it's going to get a high mark because there were instances where Southampton were having shots and goal, but they didn't have that. There was no Che Adams. Missed him big time, couldn't get behind. Armstrong is still looking like a championship player trying to find his feet in the Premiership. And obviously, it's a massive loss. Redmond was quiet. And I thought, Livramento, the big cheese from Croydon, who came from Chelsea, I felt that, I thought he played within himself. I don't know if he had an injury, but he didn't get beyond, Kieran Tierney. So in that respect, Southampton missed a trick. But as soon as we got the first goal, we got the second goal, it was complete cruise control. Where, again, as you were saying before when you were talking about the game, you would have liked more incisive passing, more goals, and, more attacks because they were on the ropes.
Mate, they were hanging on for dear life at times. Like Saka at the post, Martinelli at the post. That would have been a great goal if he'd scored. And then obviously Pepe comes on for the last 5-10 minutes or so. But I want to ask you about Aubameyang, our captain. He wasn't in the squad today.
Yes.
And he's been apparently turned up late after going abroad last week, and was late coming back. A personal issue. He flew abroad. He come back.
Well, I've been told in the ground. The rumours around the ground is that he didn't turn up to training. He was given time for training, and that he went and got a tattoo. Now that is rumours that go around the whole ground. And I was near the press box. Obviously, I didn't ask him in the press room, but the rumours are it was something to do with a disciplinary. But I think the snowball event obviously was events at Old Trafford and Goodison Park.
What do we do with him? Because he's going to go to the African Cup of Nations next month. What do we do? Because we've got a big dilemma with this guy. We're paying him an absolute fortune. He's not in form at all. We can't hit a barn door. And he looks lost. But he's on massive money, mate. What do we do with him? How do we get rid of him?
Well, the thing about it is that it's history repeating itself because, this is the second time our manager, Mick Arteta, has made a decision on a talisman who's the highest paid player at the football club. Last year, it was Mesut Ozil, and he managed to jettison them from the scene after lockdown. And he's got the same situation where he's got to win another battle with Aubameyang. And the thing is that in both occasions, they haven't got the currency of good games. But the problem is that if it's a disciplinary situation where he's done it the second time, because obviously he didn't turn up on time for this North London derby, then you have to look at the issue about, right, do I get the captain of him and I'll give it to Lacazette? But then he got another situation where Lacazette still hasn't signed a new contract, and it's highly likely that he's going to run it down. So again, a decision has to be made during a football season about who's going to be your leader. But this is a situation that has been made public by, he didn't really have a choice because Charlie Watts broke the story and Mick Arteta has gone and told everyone who can listen that it's a disciplinary issue. So he has to make a decision because we can't have a situation where the West Ham game gets overshadowed by Aubameyang. So either you shake hands, accept your punishment, and then, if he doesn't play against West Ham, he plays the next game against Leeds. If you leave it to escalate, then what you're going to have to do is that it's a win-win situation in terms of we need a new striker. We need to buy in January. Now, you and I know and this is a scenario that I'm doing publicly for you and you only.
Yeah.
Any club in the Premiership who has ambitions about getting a top 4 and has ambitions about winning a league because they're struggling to score goals in certain areas can look at Arsenal and say, right, Aubameyang, right, I'm going to do 40. I'm going to give you 40 or 50 million. All right, I'm exaggerating 50 million. I'm going to say 40 million. Let's see your resolve. Aubameyang, and they're going to go up to Aubameyang and say, right, mate, you're going to get games. You've got creativity. You've got good players around you. Help me out. Get me 15 goals in the second half of the season. Win me the Champions League. Win me the league. Get me in the top 4. It's a win-win situation for the club because we do need reinforcements up front. Aubameyang isn't the player he was before. Aubameyang clearly is not happy. The manager needs money to spend. It's a win-win situation. You've got to be practical about these sort of situations. Do not let it fester. If you let it fester, then you're going to have a situation where it's either going to be Mikel against Aubameyang. So if it's not as bad as we think, then play him quickly. If it's as bad as we think, do not let it fester. Do your business in January and put him up for sale.
Yeah, I think Man City are looking for a striker. And,
Chelsea,
they have the money
even
to buy
though they
him.
bought Lukaku, remember Chelsea tried to buy Aubameyang in January 2020, and he was looking to force a move. So again, it's a situation they won 3-2 today. You know, I'm not trying to big up Chelsea and Man City. I'm trying to get money for the football club and resolve a situation. Again, there'll be very, very few people who are going to be backing Aubameyang on performances. They'll back him on reputation and what they think he's going to do. But, you know, it's a battle that Mikel's got to win.
Yeah, 100%. Who was your man of the match today? There were some very good performances today.
Well, was
who was your man
performances?
of the match?
Well, you know, it's funny to say that. I looked at Smith Rowe, you know, before he got injured and got burnt out, he was like the main man. I think that if you look at the performances today, it's going to be very difficult to get him in the team. I was very happy with Martinelli. Fantastic performance today. Saka improved, you know, today. Very, very improved. You know, could have got a goal as well. Created a chance for Lacazette. Lacazette will play. And player that, you know, frustrates us, Odegaard scored again, third game in a row. And he played well as well. But, you know, in terms of like man of the match, the Southampton team are going on. See ya, bye, Southampton, losers. Anyway, back to the fact, my man of the match today has to be, I'm going to give it to Lacazette because I think he led the line superbly, scored his goal, and, you know, affected the game. So I am going to give it to him. You know, other people might say Saka, might say Odegaard, but I think, you know, when Lacazette plays well, the team plays and wins convincingly. And he's a massive team today in terms of his leadership.
And
we didn't even
quality as well. It was a lovely team.
His goal was quality, and you know, Phil, you know, it was a case of like over who. It was a discussion that we raised, but it wasn't. It didn't rear its ugly head because of the fact that we won convincingly today.
100%. Listen, Kenny, I know you're standing outside, and I know you've got bigger arms than pretty much most people, mate. But I know
I've got my super dry jacket on, so don't worry about that. And I
know it's hard to hold a phone up for 8 minutes or 9 minutes in a row.
Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about it. I've got shoulders, right? I've been lifting weights since for a long, long time.
Since you were born.
You know, like I don't think that because I don't know. The only thing I was lifting when I was lifting was my plate to ask my mum for more dinner. But you know, on a serious level, you know. We've been here before with Mikel, 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. We can now concentrate on West Ham. And it's a game where it's a must win because at the end of the day, if Arsenal have ambitions of getting in Europe, it's a 6-pointer. So treat it like a 6-pointer and put in your best performance and go for the kill. West Ham are depleted defensively, you know, in terms of like, you know, Obonna's out long term. Is Zuma going to play? And will Creswell be fit enough? Exploit the fact that Johnson can play at left back. Come on, Mikel, grab a pair, get at them. You know, make a statement. Everyone thinks they're the top team in London. They think they're better than us, and they expect them to come and thrash us. What are you going to do about it, Arsenal? You're going to let that happen? That lot come in here and take the piss. Don't have it.
Well said, Kenny. Listen, appreciate you coming on, mate. Make sure you get home safely. We'll do player ratings later. And make sure you put that hood up, mate, because I know the weather's horrible out there. It's not nice.
Don't worry about that,
cold,
mate.
it's wet.
I haven't got a skiffle, mate. I'm not that stupid to have a skiffle in this weather. I'll see you later, brother.
Top
see you
man.
later.
Players.
See ya.